Yeah! Tonight's the night. Yeah, I Hate Monday show! Woo! Who's ready? Ready?
Get your hands in the air. Get your drinks, let the music play.
Play.
No regret. Tonight is down to rain.
Woo!
Raise your hands in the air. Get your drinks, let the music play.
I missed these, Bob.
No regret. Tonight is down to rain.
We're back again. Back to back jacks. Man, I haven't seen this much awesomeness since yesterday. The last time we did an I Hate Monday show. Long time no see, Michael B. Thanks for swinging on by. Don's here. What's up, Don? Don is a legend, by the way, guys. Don found the super secret code to save an additional $100 off your iArcade cabinets. Don, throw it in the live chat for everybody. We greatly appreciate it. He's the hero of the hour. Adam is here. Brad is here. Alan's Ageless Arcades is here. Adam 12 is here. I need a coffee because we're doing a late night stream. You know what I mean? This is the I Hate Mondays part 2. And, last night was a bit depressing for me personally because I'm going through sticker shock, sticker awe, worried about my hobby, worried about these companies that, despite the fact that I give Arcade One Up a hard time, if you follow my channel, I sing their praises when they deserve it. And it just hurts me to know that, Mike, there's a lot of their cabinets that are not going to end up in my loft because I can't pay these prices. Even though I can afford them, I can't do it, man. I can't do it. And it hurts me because I feel like I'm not going to be able to make some Arcade One Up videos in the future with these prices. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah, it'll be double bad on them because they are not really doing as much work with YouTubers anymore either. So you have less people buying plus less people getting cabinets for review. So you're going to have a lot less content overall and word of mouth about your product out there.
Yeah. But so what I wanted to do is I wanted to have a little bit of fun with you guys. Also, I want to get your honest opinions and feedback. So earlier today, I released a video actually just a couple hours ago. I know I'm probably halting the momentum of that video by going live and putting another video out there, but I had to. After I digested the information that got leaked out by AtGames today about their upcoming 4-player control panel, after I looked at the photos and thought about it, stewed on it, I think we have some opportunities for improvement, right? And if AtGames is PK, he says this a lot in the forums. He says, you asked, we listened. And if you guys recall, when AtGames has released information about products in the past, what has always happened, Mike? What has always happened? At least the last 3 or 4 product releases. What has happened? Do you know, or do you want me to tell you?
You tell me. This is your show.
The products have changed.
Yeah.
Everything that came out first is not what the products ended up looking like. Sling Spade gave us a $2 super chat. He has a helmet next to his name. You know why he has a helmet next to his name, my friend? Do you know why?
He joined your channel?
He joined the Loft Army, baby. That's right, guys. If you want to join the most elite group in YouTube, you want to join PDubs Loft Army. We greatly appreciate it.
That's the best join video you've ever had. Now we get some kind of weird guild video where you're made to feel like this uber nerd, join the guild, but then you save this stuff for yourself. Oh yeah.
One of us. For all the new members in the chat, current members, do us a favor, throw some of those exclusive PDub emojis in the live chat and welcome Sling Spade to the Loft Army. He deserves a warm welcome. Mango Slice is here. We love Mango. Where you been, brother? Good to see you, my friend. Okay, so let's get this picture on the screen here. So, Mike, so at first you're like, awesome. AtGames is coming out with swappable control decks. I mean, this is something they promised us in the past that, hey, we're going to continue to innovate and come out with different control decks with our ecosystem. What do you think about the timing of this little leak that came out today, Mike? Isn't it kind of coincidental that, you know, Arcade 1UP is kind of reeling from some negative feedback on their 4-player cabinets, and then AtGames comes out with this? Guys, let us know in the live chat what's your first impressions of this control deck. I do see some opportunities for improvement. Don't be afraid to be honest. Tell me what you think is cool, what you think needs improved.
So, what WWF pay-per-view was last night?
Money in the Bank.
So AtGames is cashing in right now. They're throwing in the briefcase.
AtGames cashed in the briefcase. John Cena came back and confronted Roman Reigns. $1.99 super chat from Digipunk. AtGames is taking advantage of 1UP's price increase. I mean, Kev here. Where's Kev? His comment went real quick. AtGames is trolling 1UP. Love it. So we got layup not great. Get rid of the logo. Well, they're going to put their logo on everything. I mean, it's just one little logo. All right, layout needs space. Looks like it needs to be deeper. Don't worry, guys. We're not going to be shilling this for you. We do see some opportunities here we wanted to address. So for starters, Mike, let's talk about something really simple. And this is the first thing that I noticed. The button colors. I really hope these are not the final button colors and joystick ball top covers. I mean, it just looks kind of weird to me. Red, black, then blue, then white. You know what I mean? Like, it just looks a little weird to me. So I'm assuming this isn't what the final color selection would be. And if it is the final color selection, I think it needs to be changed. I'm wondering if they were trying to match the blue and white in those little Tron logos that are underneath the joysticks. I think that's what they were kind of going for aesthetically.
Nope.
But I'm not digging the colors. Guys, what colors? Let's go easy before we get to the more challenging stuff, the layout and stuff. We're going to talk about that. But just from an aesthetic point of view, Mike, what colors do we need to put on this bad boy? What do you guys think?
Well, before we go there, what colors are on it?
Black, blue, white.
Forget about the black. Look at the button tops.
The button tops?
Yeah, the ball tops for the joysticks.
Yeah, you have white, red, blue. Oh, look at that. So why not do red?
No, I mean
Match
red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. USA.
Red, white, and blue. USA.
It's a pretty common button configuration. Look at Street Fighter. You look at all of them. Like, yes, I get that. I don't think this is a permanent. I think this is a proof of concept design. I wouldn't worry too much about the buttons. I think the best way to go, if you're going to stick with the AtGames branding that they've always done, is to make sure all the buttons look like the two in the middle. I think that's where it'll eventually go. That's where it should go. Now, they could do something different, which would be cool, but not this. This is not good.
All right, so we got a lot of folks saying ball tops should match the actual buttons adjacent to the ball tops. So why not just do red, black, all 4 players? You know what I mean? Yeah. Keep it simple. Let's not get too crazy. Don't break what already works. Red and black really matches and looks pretty good on these arcade cabinets with their current color schemes. So in my opinion, I think they just need to do red, black, all 4 players. They don't need to pop out different colors for different players. That's just my personal opinion. Yeah. Let us know in the live chat, guys. Do you want them to have different player colors per position? Or do you think they should just go red, black all around? Or do you guys like the blue and white mixed in? Let us know in the live chat. And then we're going to move on to some of the more challenging and interesting stuff about this. Regular Degular says, how do I join the army? Well, whatever video you're watching on, whether you're watching on your phone or another device, right underneath the video should be a button that says join. You just click the join button and follow the necessary steps. ST Gyro says all the same colors. Keep it uniform. Dylan J's here. We love Dylan. David Downs says just do primary colors: red, blue, yellow, green. That could be interesting. But is it going to conflict with the pink and the black on the control deck, right? Arcade Pickers is here. Different color for each player would be nice, so he's into that. Stevie B, he's on my page. He says red and black. Don says each player different color, but get rid of that black background. Well, if they did that, I think it might not match the actual arcade cabinet, right? Let's keep in mind, guys, you're going to stick this in your arcade cabinet. You don't want it to look completely ridiculous when it's in there. Schubert says, I think PDubs looks like Paul Giamatti. Ever since I've been 50 pounds overweight, I get that a lot. Thanks, brother, for the $4 super chat. And I'll take that as a compliment.
Oh, I can't wait till you lose weight so I can tell you look like thin Paul Giamatti.
No, people, when I lose weight, which I'm working on, I'm down 5 pounds.
Nice work.
I'll be looking more like Tom Green, and then everyone's gonna be like, P-Dubs looks like Tom Green. Just wait, guys, it's gonna happen.
Road trip.
Here's interesting. Digipunk says, let's go nuts. Let's go pink on one. What do you guys think?
Well, I will tell you that the red and black is nice, but it does kind of clash a little bit with the color scheme of the Legends Ultimate cabinet. So pink and black might be a more, pink and black, or the pink and light blue, pink and yellow. Look at the rest of the color scheme and see if there's some way to integrate that into the buttons as well. That might be a better option.
Yep. Let's see here. Meatball Saucy says, is AtGames going to release a 4-player arcade pack for Flash Drive X? If they did, which games would we be willing to pay for? That's a great question, guys. If there's any 4-player arcade games you would like AtGames to legally have licenses and sell as an add-on pack, because, guys, they've kind of mastered this ability with the Zaccaria games, with the Tato games. They have the ability now to expand their game libraries, secure new licenses, put those games up on the store, right? So what game? I'm sure everyone, there's a whole bunch of 4-player arcade games we would love for them to get their hands on, right? There's all the big titles, and then there's the obscure titles. I'll be honest, Mike, Cowboy Zumu Mesa is just one of my favorite 4-player.
Yeah.
I would love that. And obviously, your Ninja Turtles and all that stuff. There's a whole ton of Konami. I really like Konami 4-player games. Yeah. So maybe AtGames can work something out with them. You never know, right? You never know. Anything is possible in this future. The Simpsons. And of course, there are, AtGames also gives you the ability to bring your own games, right? So there's also that option. But what's really cool is, if there's one thing that people have done is they've shown that if companies put these games on online stores, people will buy them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Despite the fact that the system has the ability to bring your own game, people are buying those pinball games like crazy. I'm pretty sure if AtGames started selling games in a similar fashion, there's a lot of people out there who don't want to mess with that stuff. And they're willing to pay. Look at the success of iArcade. Every game on their platform is legally licensed, purchase and download. And guess what? People are buying their games up like crazy as well. I'm up to like 78 games on my cabinets, and maybe iArcade sent me like 5 or 6 games for free for like YouTube review and promotion. But minus that, I've paid out of pocket for those games. I have access to play those games via other methods, yet I'm still willing to pay, purchase, and play for ease of use, right? Ease of convenience. So I'm pretty sure we'll see some of that from more of that from AtGames as well. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, and also, if I'm not mistaken, I haven't done this personally, but I hear you can also, through On The Go, hook this up with an HDMI and a USB controller to your computer. You can also play games you bought off Steam. So if there's 4-player arcade games on Steam, you want to play, this would be perfect for that as well. If you're not the kind of person that wants to bring your own ROM, there's other options.
Yeah, you could use this as simply a 4-player fight stick or control deck in your home for, other PC-related games, right?
Yep.
That's what's really cool, because it should read like an Xbox controller on your PC. All right, now let's kind of dive into some of the things that I would like to see. So I'm going to pull up a different picture here for you guys to kind of show you the dimensions of this product. So here's the actual dimensions. So, when we take a look at an Arcade 1-Up 4-player control panel, they're about 31.5 inches wide, Mike?
31 and 1/4.
All right. So we look at the AtGames 4-player control deck here, and the AtGames 4-player control deck, 860 millimeters is about 33.5 inches. So it's about 2 inches wider than so if you guys just need to picture it in your minds, about 2 inches wider than what an Arcade 1-Up 4-player control deck is. So honestly, Mike, it's not that much bigger of a wingspan than what Arcade 1-Up already has out there in the market. So, but the question is it too small? Should they go even bigger, or is this just the right size? What do you think, buddy?
Bigger is better. I'm a big dude. If they can put it out a little bit, that'd be fine. But we're also dealing with Roman. It's one of those ones, P-Dubs, there's no right answer. I'd love to see a little bit bigger so there'd be more space for people. But also, how much real estate are you willing to give up in your arcade?
Yeah, because that's another thing is when you add these wings to your arcades, you lose square footage for other
Yeah.
for other products, and that's a challenge we've always been facing ourselves, right?
Yep.
And obviously, it's a swappable control deck, and it will be swappable with the AtGames Legends 1.1 machine. So here's a photo of the AtGames 1.1 arcade cabinet with the control deck in there. Now, what's interesting about this is we did confirm with AtGames earlier today that this is only going to work on the 1.1 cabinets. So anyone who has the original 1.0 cabinets, it's not going to work. I mean, if you take a look at the actual control deck right here, I don't know if you guys can see my mouse on the screen. You just have the power button. You don't have your USB, your HDMI ports, all that kind of stuff that is on the control deck of the 1.0 cabinets, because all those are set up here separately on the 1.1 machines. So unfortunately, I feel, Mike, that some 1.0 owners, well, I mean, not some, all of them, are kind of left out in the dust. It would be nice if AtGames could maybe do a separate SKU, a separate control deck for the 1.0 owners. You know what I'm saying? Because it'd be a shame for them to miss out on the goodness.
Yeah.
What do you guys think in the live chat? Let us know. The live chat is talking about something goofy right now. David Downs has a good suggestion. How about make this as a new 4-player Gamer Pro, since it's swappable just as the Gamer Pro? I like that idea. Digipunk says yes. How about a new SKU? Real 4-player arcade control panels are huge. Let's see here. Only interested in this as a Gamer Pro replacement. There you go. Now, also take a look here, Mike. Is it really sticking out that far? I mean, what I did like originally when I put out my video today is this control panel isn't like obnoxiously sticking out like a jet engine. You know what I mean? It honestly looks like it's only sticking out just about how big do you think this is from here to here? Maybe about 3 inches or so.
Yeah, judging by 3 inches. 3 inches is a number I'm familiar with.
So maybe they could go a little bit bigger. And do you know why I want them to go just a little bit bigger on this thing? And this is just my personal opinion, guys. You can agree to disagree. We're all friends here. I would like them to go just a little bit bigger on the sides here, just a little bit bigger. So on player 1 and player 2, we can get 6 buttons in there, at least six buttons. And the reason why I would like that, Mike, is because although they're swappable, I get lazy. I don't know about you guys, and swapping things in and out can be a pain. You still, even though they're swappable, you still have to screw them in, bust out the screwdriver, unscrew, screw, unscrew, screw. So I would like 6 buttons. So if I wanted to, I would kind of just leave this in permanently. You know what I mean? What do you think about that?
So have you ever seen a modded arcade 1-up 4-player cabinet?
Have I? Of course. Yeah. They're all over the place out there.
Yeah, and exactly player 1 and 2 are 6-button control panels.
All right, guys. Do you guys want player 1 and 2 to have at least 6 buttons so you can kind of leave this in as more of a permanent solution? Let us know in the live chat. I'm seeing some folks are starting to come in and agree. 6-button setup. You're not wrong.
Yeah. So, I mean, that is the standard 4-player mod cabinet configuration, with 1 and 2 being 6-button, and then players, 2 and 3, and then players 1 and 4 having 4 buttons. So that's the configuration with most Raspberry Pi 4-player mods.
Mm-hmm. Digipunk says no, just keep it as a dedicated beat-em-up cab, right? Which it can still be a dedicated beat-em-up cab. It's just with player 1 and 2. If you don't have 4 people ready to play all the time, you don't have to worry about busting out the screwdriver to play a good chunk of your other games, right? You'll have your 6 buttons available. So yeah, I think if we stretch it out a little bit bigger, we'll have some room. And taking a look here, Mike, do you think that this joystick is going to interfere with the buttons? I don't know. I think it might be okay. I think we have enough room here. Yeah. But then again, and that's another reason why you got to make it a little bit wider, is if you throw a couple more buttons in here, what's going to happen, Mike, is this person and your hand over here is going to be banging into each other, right? So,
you act like I don't have a Street Fighter or Midway Legacy cabinet.
Yeah, we all have those. So yes, I would love to see 6 buttons in here AtGames. That's my personal opinion, and it seems to be the popular opinion in the live chat as well. Meatball Saucy says, will this fit into the Legends Mini? We don't know for sure yet. We don't know for sure. I would assume not. I think that this would be way too big for that, and it might look a little silly. That Legends Mini, guys, is only about what, 20 inches wide? Like, it's as wide as an arcade 1-up cabinet, guys. So this thing would look just ridiculous just sitting in the Legends Ultimate Mini. But I appreciate the feedback. Devil Waldo says, you're not buying a 4-player deck for fighting games. True. But the question, it's about ease of convenience, right?
Well, you're not playing a 4-player deck for fighting games, but like PDubs said, people are lazy. They want to leave it in, and they might want to just switch over and play some Street Fighter and then go back to playing this. So you don't want to take it out every time. So that would future-proof it to have 6 buttons on both those, player 2, 2, and 3.
Imagine you're having a party, you're having an arcade night, you got people over, whether it's your family, your friend, your kids, and you guys are playing. You're like, okay, we just did like 8 rounds of whatever 4-player beat 'em up game. How about we play some Mortal Kombat or some Street Fighter, right? And you guys go and you play it. Oh wait, hold on. Let me bust out the screwdriver. Let me change the control deck. You know what I mean? For the 2 people that take turns. Does that make sense, Mike?
Yeah.
So it just, go ahead.
Yeah, the only comment I saw there, someone said they need to all be 6 players. I've never seen a 4-player game that had 6 players for every single. Like I might be wrong. You can tell me, but I don't think there needs to be 6-player for every person. And also, where'd you get these other pictures? I've got some of these pictures. You got better contacts than I've got.
Yeah, I got, people know that if they want information about AtGames, they know what channel to subscribe to, Mike. PDubs gets all the goodness. All right, guys. So when it comes to button colors, I think those need to be addressed. I would love to see some 6 buttons here in the middle, maybe extend it just a little bit bigger. But here's the biggest concern I see, Mike, is player 4 over here.
And player 1.
And player 1, right? These seem to be pretty 90 degrees, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, what I see where they're going with it, because they don't want you all cramped 4 people in a row, right? And we're big dudes, Mike. Can you imagine if me and you stood in front of this thing?
I know, right?
There'd be nostalgia would have no room. He'd be like trying to hop over our shoulders, like, hey, Mike, is my character on the screen? Move over. He'd be trying to shove us aside. Oh man. So what I think here, guys, is I think we need another reason to maybe make it a little bit bigger is so we can kind of angle these joysticks and buttons. Maybe get them at a what angle, Mike? About a 45. Yeah,
about be on a 45.
A solid 45, just like my golfing handicap. You know what I mean? A solid 45, Mike. That's what we need to do here. Well, my golfing handicap on Nintendo Switch is 2K21. I'm just rocking that game.
Yeah. The thing that mystifies me about this control panel is they've got the wings on there that full 3 inches. And it really serves no purpose right now other than being like place to leave your wrist, because those buttons are still in the control deck. And I'm wondering if they have to be. If you see what I mean?
Yeah. I'm going to have you repeat that in one minute here, guys. So people in the chat are asking about their stickers. So guys, I have 24 emails in a folder in my inbox of people who are waiting on their PDubs stickers, guys. I'm going to get those out to you as soon as I possibly can. My apologies. But yeah, the stickers are coming, Hollywood. I love you, bro. The stickers are coming. We got to make sure they're taken care of. Okay, Mike, repeat what you're saying. I have to make sure my people are taken care of. Go ahead, brother.
Yes, that's the stickers are much more important than the comment about the show we're doing.
Hey, man, the stickers, you don't realize the stickers these are like one of the most highest demanded items in retro gaming.
So what I was saying is the wings that they currently have on this extended pass don't really serve any purpose, because all they're doing right now is they're an open space for you to leave your wrist. If you take a look, all the buttons and sticks are still inside of the cabinet. So I would imagine the box underneath stops at where the cabinet stops on the side and doesn't go underneath. They got to figure out a way to bring that box outside the cabinet as well, so they can move the buttons and sticks out to the outside of the cabinet. So it can be on the 45.
You know what thought just hit my head? You know what would be really cool about this thing? If it worked very similar to the Gamer Pro, which it should. It should have Bluetooth compatibility and all that stuff. But if this should work on the core, and can you imagine the Buy Stuff Store pedestal stand? If it's the same size, the box, the main box, the box that goes in where the screws go in, you could have a 6-player pedestal stand. You know what I mean? So instead of standing in front of your arcade machine, you could be playing on your big screen TV or on your projector.
PDubs. Dear God, focus. How are we going to get these cabinets at a 45 if they still got to fit in that box in the middle is what I'm telling you. Focus.
All right. Whatever. It's going to be fine. All right. But yes, yes, we need to find a way to angle these a little bit more, because here's what's interesting. So we have a 24-inch widescreen monitor, and you can kind of see it in this photo. A 24-inch widescreen monitor. What's nice about the AtGames cabinet is, although the AtGames cabinet is not the prettiest arcade machine in the world, it does have that swan-shaped design to it. So even if people are standing right here, provided these controls are angled a bit, I think they'll still be able to see the screen pretty well, because you're not going to have the sides of the walls of the monitor, obscuring their vision. So yes, problem solved. PDubs, I love his name. He's his problem song. Bobby says he's going to rejoin when he gets a sticker. Oh, come on, man. I thought I mailed you one, bro. Dylan J says she's not beautiful, but she's got personality. And this is what makes me think. AtGames, whenever they send out early advanced photos of this, Mike, they're never the final version. This stuff always changes, because what happens, Mike? People like us provide our feedback. The community provides their feedback, and they make last minute changes. You remember all the changes made to the pinball machine? Yeah. The changes made to the Tetris Mini. A lot of that was fan feedback, right? So that's what I like. Don says, are we going to address rising sticker costs? Oh, they're still talking about I told you, man, the PDubs stickers taking over retro gaming. We're trying to have a constructive conversation here. Brad says you can make the AtGames cabinet all black. Yeah, you could just leave the artwork off if you wanted. So my version 1.1 here is all black. I don't have any artwork on it. You know what I mean? All right, Mike. So what are you thinking about this? Where are we at with this, guys? Do you guys want them to angle the joysticks and buttons on player 1 and player 4 side to give a better view, or do you guys think we're overanalyzing it and the angles are just fine? Let us know in the live chat. Go ahead, Mike.
We're not overanalyzing it, because you're going to have to stand directly at a square on the side, and honestly, like this thing here on the side, like you can't see where my finger is because I'm just pointing at my own screen like an idiot. But you're standing directly at a 90-degree angle right there, then looking from the side into the screen, or you're standing at a 45, but your hands are at a 90. So it's just going to be a little uncomfortable. I really would like to see either they cut the wing off or they take the buttons out to where the wing is. Like for player 4, take the buttons out to where the wing ends, and for player 1, take the control stick out to where the wing ends. And that would solve that problem and make it a much more comfortable 45-degree view playing angle.
All right, we're seeing a lot of folks kind of agreeing with us. I've only seen one or two not agree, but that's fine, guys. And there is no right answer. We're all a team here trying to figure this out. Give me an angle. Don't want a gangster lean while I game. Well, that's how Michael B plays. He's got you do the gangster lean, or what is it? We always call it the arcade splits.
Arcade splits. Yeah,
the arcade splits.
And with the legacy cabinet, Street Fighter and Midway, like I'm doing the full arcade split.
And Mike, am I not paying attention to you? AJ's calling me out. He says I'm not listening to you.
Imagine if PDubs actually listened the first 4 times Spike said. It's true.
Hey man, I'm trying to make sure the live chat's taken care of. There's a sticker riot going on in the live chat right now. The stickers are free. All you had to do is send me an email, request your sticker, give me your mailing address, and I'd mail it out. And I got about 24 more I need to mail out. So if you're waiting on one, and if you sent me an email, the stickers are coming, bro. The stickers are coming. We'll get that done. Mike, so what do you think? Do you think AtGames here is kind of making a good move, especially with all the 4-player arcade controversy going on right now in regards to pricing?
Yeah, because honestly, the argument people are, and listen, I just did a whole show telling people never listen to how anybody else, but say for example, I was like, well, man, I don't know if I'm going to buy the TMNT cab because I can just play that in the Legends Ultimate. Someone's going to come up with the argument, yeah, but bro, you can't do 4-player. Well, now you can. So this is really good timing and a really good option for those people that want to experience a game in its original format.
All right, so man, the stickers are really taking over the live chat. All right, guys, if you want a sticker, there it is. All right, just send me an email and we'll get you on the list. Like Chris Jericho, we'll put you on the list to get your PDub sticker. Mike, are you interested in picking up one of these? Obviously, we don't know release date, we don't know pricing. We don't know what the final product's going to look like yet. It's interesting that AtGames kind of leaked this out to kind of start the hype train, right?
Yeah.
But if it's a reasonably priced accessory add-on, would you consider purchasing this for your Legends Ultimate?
100%, provided they also add Bluetooth capability, so I can also use it with a Legends core.
Okay, I like that. I like that. What? No 6-player deck? Oh man, you give a mouse a cookie, they want a glass of milk. Isn't that funny, Mike? There was one guy, I can't remember who he is. He's in the AtGames community. He's been begging them for a 6-player control deck for eons. I forget his name. And he used to post about it like damn near weekly, but I think he finally gave up. I forget his name, but I remember seeing all those posts.
So the other thing is the only other way to sell this is with a projector and a stand. So sell it as a projector cade. So I gotta address this now. There's a guy on the Arcade One Up fan page, and he's really excited. He bought a projector cade, and he's showing stuff, and it looks great. But the thing that's really chafing my chaps, is the fact that as soon as he got it, he switched out the projector for like a projector he had stock. And he's like, guys, it is great. I'm just leaving the other one, just in case. And I'm like, dude, you can't do that. Like, people are asking you what the projector cade's like, and you're not using the real projector. This is not, it's like basically swapping out the screen of an Arcade One Up and throwing a 20-inch Dell in there and being like, best product ever. It's not the original screen or format. You can't do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's Wilson, viewer named Wilson. He watches our shows and stuff quite frequently. We love Wilson, but yeah, he did. He was posting and people were like, "Oh my god, the Arcade One Up projector cade looks awesome!" And he had to remind people, "Wait a minute, guys. I'm using my own projector."
He's like, I really want to show you this. Just put the original projector on.
I wonder how many people placed their order thinking that it was better than what it actually is, right? Because he had a pretty nice projector going on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Legends Gamer Pro and one of these control decks from AtGames, man, you could have your own projector cade within minutes.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What else is going on? Michael B will buy if it comes with a stool
and a tin sign.
And a tin sign. All right. Well, I mean, we really don't have much more to go off of on here. So what are our final thoughts on improvements, Mike? So we gotta uniform the button colors, right? We got to figure out these button colors. We could hopefully try and add 2 buttons in the middle. Seems like that was a pretty popular opinion in the live chat. That way we have 6 buttons for player 1 and player 2. Maybe extend it, maybe make it a little bit bigger. That way you can fit those buttons in, as well as get the player 1 and player 4 controls angled. Right? That way they're not perpendicular to the screen.
Yeah.
Do you think we need to do anything else on here?
Yep, add Bluetooth connectivity, so it can also be not limited to just being for the Legends Ultimate Cab. It could also be used as a control panel for a core or even a Legends Connect.
Well, if you look right here, Mike, I mean, it's got the same power button, the same readout right here, so I'm pretty sure it should have the Bluetooth compatibility right there. I mean, it's the same AtGames hardware, I bet, inside this thing.
Yep, we haven't been told. I'm just saying, I hope it has it.
Yes. Yeah, hopefully we'll get those final specs and all that kinds of stuff. Well, now that we got through that, Mike, what else? How did your live stream go tonight? I know you, let's do a quick post show for you because I watched the first half hour and it seemed like the crowd was pretty passionate. The crowd last night on my show was pretty passionate as well about everything going on in the world of retro gaming in regards to price increases. How do you think that went? Do you think people are moving more towards multi-cades, or are they standing firm with dedicated cabinets because they're willing to pay the cost?
I think some people are off-put enough that they're looking to explore other options that maybe were a little blinded before and only wanted to go in one direction and always heard, oh, this is bad, that's bad. I think people are willing to explore now more than ever before because the price is just so high. The main point about my video was, my intention is to just not let people be swayed by somebody else. Like, say, for example, I go out tomorrow and I'm willing to pay the full price for X-Men. I'm like, whatever, I'm going to pay it. don't let anybody else bully you into saying, bro, I can't believe you paid that. You're an idiot. Don't take that. If you're willing to pay it and you're comfortable paying it, just go do it. Enjoy what you want to enjoy. And don't let what anybody else says sway your decision. If you're okay with the prices, cool. But like there's way too much gatekeeping in these communities, telling other people what they should and shouldn't do. Just do what you want to do. But if you are affected by the prices, if it does bother you, now's a good time to look at other options. And there's some great options out there. And this 4-player control deck certainly is timed at the exact right time. Like it's like Kismet or planned.
Yeah. Yeah, and even in my past couple of videos where I've talked about Arcade 1-Up, the X-Men video, the I Hate Monday show, and the Infinity Game Table, I specifically said in those videos, guys, if you want to buy this stuff, I'll respect you, more power to you. I'm just telling you I'm not going to do it, and here's my reasoning why, and that's all there is to it. But I didn't tell people, don't go buy this stuff. You know what I mean? No, you all are grown men. Make up your own minds. Hopefully you respect our opinions. We respect yours. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that. Like, you're not a negative dude. You've always been very positive with this stuff. We've always, me and PDubs always have a good relationship about this because, we'll just buy what we want to buy. And we're not really worried about what anybody else says. It's usually Steven Nostalgia who's calling us an idiot, even though he buys more than us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what Don says. Tired of attitudes. Do what makes you happy. Yep. We just provide information and entertainment. We give you our opinions, and you can take our opinions, throw them out the window. We don't care, but we assume you tune in because you want our opinions, right?
Yeah.
Now, what's interesting, Mike, is I don't think I'm going to be changing that stance anytime soon. I think I've drawn the line in the sand at 500.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like 500. If I could. Now, what's cool is if some of these products go on a clearance or a sale, 500 or less, I might pick them up. So we'll see.
Yeah, and if I would use NBA Jam as a good meter stick for that, because NBA Jam, they made a lot of quantity and they didn't sell all of them. So you did see some NBA Jam sale prices out there. And they are trying to go with more of a Nintendo model where there's limited supply, so you don't know. Like the pinballs were very limited and now the price has gone up, so you're kicking yourself for not pre-ordering. But with X-Men and Simpsons, they're going to make a lot of those cabinets. So maybe it's safe to say that eventually Walmart or whoever has them will say, yeah, we didn't sell all these. Maybe we'll knock $100 off, $200 off.
Yeah, Jamie says, my line in the sand and my thumbnail, you came by and you wiped it out with your foot and said, you know what? $800 cabinets are okay. Thanks, Jamie, for the laugh. I thought that was pretty funny. Let's see here. Skynet says, multicades are my thing, but 1-Up recreates the arcade experience. I get it. There can be both.
Totally.
Absolutely, guys. There can be both. I have both. Mike has both. Many people who watch our channels have both. They have AtGames and Arcade 1-Up products and our iArcade. But, the question is will we still buy, like if the prices go up for one and prices stay the same for others? Because here's what we're finding out, guys, is at Sam's Club and through AtGames, the Legends Ultimate cabinet is not getting a price increase. It's still going to be $500, guys. It's not going to become an $800 cabinet. Also, their pinball machine pricing is going to be the same, although through retailers, here's what I'm assuming, guys, is through some of the retailers who are going to start selling a pinball machine, they might not include like the game pack, right, Mike? You know how if you buy it from AtGames directly, you get the game pack. So the cost might be cheaper through, let's say, a Sam's Club, but it might not come with all the games, right? All those Zaccaria games. Go ahead.
Can you bring up, there's a comment there from Prelude, and I'm wondering if this is the same guy that went crazy on me on Facebook there the other day.
So basically, if you're not willing to judge Arcade 1-Up objectively, you're fair game for being called out for not being a good representative of our community. Mike will be wrong. Wow, that's a pretty passionate statement.
What are you talking about? I'm so confused by that.
Mike, you don't have to address that if you don't want to. So,
no, I do want to. That's why I asked you to bring it up. I'm just so confused by what he said. Have I not been objective with my Arcade 1-Up reviews? I'm confused by that.
But yeah, guys, Hollywood Polo just asked a question here. He says, will Sam's Club get the AtGames Legends pinball? Yes, they will. Will they be selling it with the Zaccaria bundle? I don't think so. I think it might come without it. So that means the pinball machine could come at a lower.
Yeah, it is that psycho from the other day. And I'm sorry for calling you that, buddy, but PDubs. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm taking over your stream right now to talk about this. That was the guy the other day when I said, listen, guys, it's not licensing. There's a possibility that the cost went up. I never once justified the price increases. I don't think that should be put on the consumer. You're reading the comment wrong, friend. Just let it go.
It's been very stressful for you lately, Mike, huh?
Well, not really. Just that one guy has just been at me, and I'm like, what does he not understand about what I said? I just don't understand how to make it more clear to him. He's like, you got to take your comment down. And I was like, why? I'm not saying that it's okay for them to raise the prices and everybody should just accept it. You don't have to. And then he was there going on about like, oh, well, you're not even telling people about how great a Legends Ultimate is as a multi-cade. Do people not know you can put bunches of games on it? I'm like, oh my God, I didn't tell people about Raspberry Pi modding either. Oh, geez, I am really pulling the wool over our eyes. They don't know that they can add games to a Raspberry Pi to an Arcade 1-Up either. I am so sorry, man. I've misled everybody. I'm a terrible representative.
Mike, I love you. Michael Smith here says that I killed Tetris. Absolutely not, my friend. Tetris orders are going to be shipping hopefully by October to everyone who placed their pre-orders. And then moving forward, obviously, the Legends Ultimate Mini Cabinet will be just kind of like a black, kind of like this kind of artwork on it. It's not going to be the Tetris. So everyone on National Owners Day are the ones who are getting the Tetris cabinets. Kev Gret says Michael B's fired up.
That's right.
8-Bit Brian says it's just Nostalgia trolling us from his separate account. That could be true. That could be.
No, Nostalgia's troll account is paid clown.
Oh, stop it. And I forgot. Now that you distracted me with this thing going on in the live chat, where were we? Where were we at?
We were talking about that guy who accused me.
You gotta let it go, man. You're making one of the biggest mistakes in YouTube. You know what they say. What is that called? Don't address stuff like that, right?
Oh yeah. Well, listen, I'm a fan. You know that more than anything else, and like, I'm 100% serious. One of the things that really has got me sad about all this stuff with the price increases is I'm a fan of watching other people do stuff, and with the price increase, you've talked about not making videos. I got a feeling there's going to be a lot of people that aren't making as many videos going forward. This is the point where you really should have played Work It Out, isn't it?
No, because then I'm going to get a copyright claim. They claimed me last night. They copy. So Michael Bolton is collecting all my ad revenue from last night's show for playing 10 seconds of his song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I thought you were out of line for getting Defensive and Angry versus Nostalgia and PDubs because they were comparing past L1K and you're like, but this one includes a stool. Oh, yeah, but I wasn't getting angry. Me and Nostalgia have been talking about this. How do you not understand apples to apples and apples to oranges? I'll let it go now.
Yeah, let's let it go, man. This is the I Hate Monday show, not the I Hate Michael B show. That's Wednesday's show. That'll be Wednesday's broadcast. Avoid the noise. There you go. Don't engage. There you go. Yeah. Damn you, Michael Bolton.
He's taking all the money.
All right, these people are hilarious. All right, so where were we? We're talking about who were we talking about? Oh my God, this completely derailed everything. What a mess. What a mess.
This is your fault. I wasn't going to come on. You were like, come on, Michael B. It'll be fun. Come out to the coast. We'll have a few laughs.
Oh my goodness. All right.
No. And listen, I'm sorry. Like this guy went aboard me there yesterday, and you guys are right. Don't engage in Prelude. I assumed you were somebody else. I apologize. I love everybody. But I always take a lot of flack because people are like, oh, Michael B's the guy who hates multicades. And I don't know where that comes from.
Well, you know what it is, Mike, is my channel's got a very passionate multicade audience, right? And there's no bones about it that your Arcade went up for life, right? And if Arcade went up was making really good moves right now, I think we would all be a lot happier with them, right? I don't think it's you, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of hard to stick up when the team you're sticking up for is kind of in a rut, sending out tweets telling people, hey guys, here's the price of wood, but this isn't the wood we actually put in our cabinets, nor do we go to Home Depot in California and pay for our wood there. What a
Yeah.
ridiculous tweet.
Listen, man, sometimes you like a product, and I said it best. You had an Irish wake for that product yesterday, and it sucks because they're doing things that you're not comfortable with. And I've been very clear about this. I don't like the fact that they might have increased costs, but that's being passed along to the consumer. I don't think that's the right call. And if they really need to do it, it would be really cool if they came out and figured out some way to address the audience or address their consumer base and let them know why they really need it. Because otherwise, it just sucks and it makes them look greedy, which I don't think that's the case. But that's the way people feel right now. They feel, I don't know, disappointed.
Digipunk says, will one-up prices go back down? I don't think so. I think this is the new permanent. I think this is the new norm moving forward for them. And what kind of message would that send as well? Like, hey guys, during the summer months, we raised our cabinet prices $200 to $300, but anyone who buys this cabinet in the future, it's going to be $200 to $300 cheaper. Like, you know, what you think come November, they're going to like, oh, by the way, guys, prices are lower again. No. Do you know how angry and upset everyone would be who bought those cabinets at the higher prices, right? I don't see them. This is it, guys. This is the new norm. They're stuck with it now. They got to stick with it.
Well, I mean, if you go back and watch Cool Toys videos on the new cabs coming out back about 8 months ago, I mean, he was talking about price increases then. Even before any of these other factors came in, they were always planning to raise the price. That's the impression we get. It might have went up more than what we expected, though.
Yep. All right, Mike. Let's put a pin in it and let's wrap up the discussion tonight talking about other optional control decks we would like to see AtGames come out with. So a lot of folks, well, not a lot of folks, I think a good number of folks have constantly asked AtGames over the last year, hey, give us a 4-player and maybe a couple of dudes, give us a 6-player control deck, right? And it looks like AtGames is going to make that happen. Obviously, what we've shown tonight is probably not the final version of this product. And I'm pretty sure we'll find out more information leading up to National Owners Day, which is less than 2 months away, Labor Day weekend. But what other swappable control decks does AtGames need to do? Because it sounds like, Mike, that's what they're going to do. Instead of making you buy a whole new arcade cabinet, we're going to give you swappable decks, right? So steering wheel. That makes sense to me. Now, would you want a 1-player or a 2-player steering wheel on this cabinet? I think 1 player would be fine for me. I don't think I need 2 wheels on this thing. What about you, Mike? Would you like to have a swappable steering wheel to play some racing games?
I don't know if I want to swap the steering wheel so much as I'd like to see AtGames have options. Like you could possibly buy a swappable steering wheel and pedal. But I would also like to see AtGames take a swing at making their own driving cab. I think there's an opportunity there. I did a video on it a while ago, and I think there's an opportunity for AtGames to make multiple cabinets. They can make, add-ins, but they can make their own driving and own shooting cabinets.
Yep, and I wish AtGames would revisit. I like what Reset Rudy says in here. Revisit the owners who have the 1.0 cabinets and are missing out on some of these future accessory items. Wheel plus gun for lucky plus wild Digipunk. Adam 12 says he'd rather have a dedicated cabinet for driving. So that's actually something that I've been pushing for the iArcade brand. Is I would love for them just to make a dedicated. All it has is a racing wheel on it, right, and maybe some pedals that you connect to the base of the cabinet, right. And if AtGames wanted to go that route, I wouldn't fight them either. Like, hey, this is just a dedicated driving cabinet.
I'm going to ask you a real question now. Wouldn't it make more sense for AtGames to do it because of the ability to add your own games? Like, I mean, for iArcade to come out with a dedicated driving cabinet, they've got Beach Buggy, and what's that other one? I like it. I have it on my cabinet. The jet ski like game. What one is that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, anyways, how many driving games do they have right now in their library?
Well, they can add more.
Well, they can add more, but how long would it take for them to get enough of a library to justify a dedicated cabinet?
Yeah, that's why I think that would be something they would build up the licenses prior to announcing the cabinet. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying come out with the cabinet tomorrow. If it's by the end of next year and they're like, hey guys, and we also have 25, 30, 50 games that we know for sure are coming with more on the way. I think that's the way to do it. And obviously with the AtGames cabinet, there's a whole ton of, you can connect your PC, play Steam games. So the sky's the limit there with the racing games, right? Yeah. So you could just play those if AtGames decided to do the steering wheel on the cabinet. People are like, whoa, they're going to be looking at adding pirated racing games. No, if I had that racing wheel on here, I would probably play a bunch of my Steam racing games like Horizon Chase Turbo and things like that on the cabinet. Games that we've legally paid and own. Don says iArcade currently has 8 racing games. Yeah, they got a couple like the Cisco Heat and a couple others, like some old timey games. World Rally. I love World Rally. World Rally is a fun little arcade game. Mike Hawk says AtGames could do a specialty deck with wheel, multiple spinners, pinball buttons, and trackball all in one.
That's busy. That's busy.
I mean, that's busy. Yeah, that's a party.
Yeah.
That's a party on your control panel. Speed says you need a way more powerful CPU. OTG would be the way to go. That's what we're saying. You play in your Steam games. PDubs sponsored dartboard deck. Whoever puts out Daytona will win. Everyone wants Daytona. That's such a good game, right?
How much are you willing to pay for it?
I'm not going to read his name slowly. We got to say it fast. Wouldn't it be hard to make a flight rate? Oh, yeah. What about a flight cabinet? They should just call Glenn. Like, Glenn, let's put together some amazing new flight yoke or something. That would be really cool. Need the claw machine. Oh, man. I don't need any claw machines up in here.
My kid would go nuts if I could get a claw machine. I'm surprised that another company hasn't come out to try to capitalize on what Arcade 1-Up was doing with all these little accessories you would like to see in an arcade, like some kind of like 3/4 scale claw machine. It doesn't necessarily have to be Arcade 1-Up, but somebody should make something like that.
Absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't buy one, but I can understand how some people would like that in their game room. And anytime I agree to something like that, I get made fun of, like the dartboard. So
no, you didn't agree to that. You're the one who came up with the dartboard. That was all you. That was not something you agreed to. It's not like PDubs was like, I believe that would be a good idea. And then people doused on you. You were like, boss, shut everything down. Dartboard.
You're hilarious. You're hilarious. Well, fellas, I got to tell you something. I think AtGames is making the right move here. People are really into 4-player retro arcade games, so why not make it easy? Why buy a whole brand new cabinet when we can provide you an option right here to get those games up and running? However, there are opportunities for improvement. I think this is a good idea, AtGames, but I think some adjustments need to be made to make this a great idea, and that's just my personal opinion of this. I don't think this is perfect yet. And hopefully, if this is just a prototype, hopefully there's still time to make some adjustments here before it actually goes live for pre-order. Guys, if you guys are excited about this 4-player control deck, put a 1 in the chat. If you're not excited, put a 0. Let's get a final survey from everyone in the live chat. Michael B., what are your final thoughts? I just provided mine on this cabinet. What are yours?
Sorry for my outburst. I love everybody.
Yeah, that kind of derailed me. I totally forgot where I was going with the show when you did that. So I'm seeing some ones, but I still love you, man. I still love you, bro. Even though that stuff will happen, I see some 1s. I see a couple of 0s. Appreciate the honest feedback, guys. That's what it's all about. At least they're making an effort. Hopefully they'll make some changes. A lot of great feedback from the community. Guys, this Friday's episode of the Super Game Room Dudes, we're going to have finally the return of a character you all have been waiting for this Friday. So make sure you guys show up on the best retro arcade gaming podcast show on YouTube, the Super Game Room Dudes. Links are in the video description below. Make sure you subscribe.
I was gonna say, so Tech Buzz is going live on Friday?
Oh, stop it. Don't you realize that when you advertise anything, you have to say, we're the best. We're the best. You can't say we're number 2.
So I can't tell people to subscribe to Cool Toy?
No, you shouldn't. Doug doesn't need our help anyway. The guy's a rock star. But yeah, guys, a character you've all been waiting for is making his triumphant return this Friday on Super Game Room Dudes. I promise. Make sure you guys tune in for that broadcast. Make sure you subscribe to Michael B. the Game Genie. He might not like multicades as much as me, but he's still a really cool guy.
You guys are putting this on me. You're putting your bad juju on me.
He's still a really cool guy. We still love him. And as always, guys, thanks for hanging out upstairs with us. Give me a thumbs up on the way out. Leave your comments and descriptions below. Make sure you join the Loft Army, and we'll see you Friday.